Hi. Hi. I'm recording this at night time out in the garden. I've got a little shed in the garden for working in. And you might think now looking at this table that it's a cookery lesson that you've come to, but it's not a cookery lesson. All will be revealed. And the reason that I'm having to crouch down here and say hello to you is because I'm going to go over there now and sit down and you won't see my face again. But I wanted to show you this picture I did of myself today, because I'm going to use the eye, I'm going to draw the eye from that, and then I'll tell you what else we're going to do. So, see you in a second. I'll just go around there now and fix the camera so you can see me, so you can see what I'm doing. I mean, you won't be seeing me actually. It's all, my goodness, I'm just about managing to keep this in operation because the tripod is a little bit dodgy. I'm just going to move it slightly this way. Hopefully it'll stay working. And what else? Yeah, actually it's okay. It's going to be fine. Okay. So I was, oh yeah, picture. So there we are. This is a portrait of me that I did today. And because we're staying around at home now a lot these days, the only person I know for sure who's going to be available to draw is myself, wherever I am. So that's what I did today. I drew myself. And I'm going to look at my eye there and I'm going to draw it out bigger. Now, the reason I've got a few sheets of paper is because, well, let me just draw it out bigger first and I'll show you now. So this is what an eye looks like. You could look at your own eye in the mirror and find the line where the eyelashes grow. It's quite a curvy line. And then the next thing you could do is you could see the coloured part of your eye and how it's often overlapped by the upper lid and even maybe a little bit by the lower lid as well. Although sometimes not so much by the lower lid. I find when I'm drawing an eye, it's kind of good to get a very clear line here and then for this line to be not so clear for some reason. And there, that's the pupil, then the black part. And I'll just leave it open a little bit there. And then the other thing that you could do, I've not got such a clear lid myself, but for the purposes of this exercise, I think it's a good idea to have an eyelash, an eyelid that you can, an eyelid separate. And then maybe an eyebrow as well. Didn't leave an awful lot of space today for the eyebrow. Okay. Right, so what we're going to be doing is doing a mosaic of an eye, so it doesn't matter if I make a mess of the drawing, because it's all going to be covered. No, the reason I've got other sheets out here as well is because I thought it might look quite nice with, I'll just put that away. She's looking at me kind of sadly. And I wasn't sad today. But when you draw yourself, you end up having a kind of a face that's a little bit serious sometimes. You could try it. Yeah, so I thought maybe, I wasn't sure if it would look nice on black paper. So if you are doing it on black paper, you would need then to have chalk or something in order to draw the eye out. But I think what I've done here is to make my eye about 3 times the size that it is. So it's quite a bit bigger. I'm going to just do it on the black and on the white and just to see then which I prefer. Now I've got some wood glue, PVA glue this is. And it's a bit tricky to make glue that's going to work for today's thing with flour and water. But it might work. It might work with flour and water. The other thing you could use is possibly some Pritt stick. So I'll see if, actually I'll put some Pritt stick on and see if that's going to work for us. Okay. Because what I thought we would do is make each part of the eye, to give each part of the eye a different, the reason that I like using, to give each part of the eye a different colour and a different pattern, a different texture, with all these kind of seeds and things that I found in the kitchen. Now I've got a fair few different seeds. I don't think we need to use that many different things. You could probably just have 3 different things and it would be fine. I kind of got a bit excited when I saw the pumpkin seeds because I thought these are pumpkin seeds here, the green ones. I thought they might be quite good. Let me just show you what I've got. So there's pumpkin, sunflower seeds, tiny sesame seeds in there. And then in this one, this is a soup mix. So there's lentils and barley and rice, maybe 2 different kinds of lentils, green and yellow. And then these are the green and yellow and orange. And here there's some orange lentils, some dark quinoa, and then there's 2 different kinds of rice, white pudding rice and brown rice. So there's quite a good selection of stuff here. But like I said, you'd only need 3 different things really. I mightn't use all of these at all. I was saying I was getting excited about the pumpkin seeds because I thought, oh, that might make a nice green eyebrow. You know, you could have them like that, sticking up the way. What am I doing? My goodness, I'm making a right mess here. You know, I used to teach in high school, and I remember doing this with the children in second year class, and we loved it. We just had a great time. And what I remember doing was having a pencil, and now I remember what I used the pencil for. I dipped the pencil into the glue and then picked up the seed. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yeah. I picked up the seed with the pencil dipped in after dipping it into the glue. But they weren't this big. I don't think we used pumpkin seeds that time. And of course, you'd need to have glue down there already before doing that. So as regards the Pritt stick, it wouldn't work for you to do that. To do that, you'd have to just lift up each seed, which actually probably is much easier. And you'd have your Pritt stick down there, and then you just put your seed on. Now this glue dries clear, so it's not going to look like that. So I wanted to see what it would look like on the black. And I can show you again when it's dry. I'll get a photograph of it all so that we can see what it looks like after it's dry and everything. What was I going to do next? I've got myself a bit confused by doing the 2 things. So I think I'm going to just focus on one. Am I? That's Maisie going nuts in the garden still. She's on antibiotics at the moment, and so she's needing to she's not allowed to have a walk because she had an operation, so she's just going wild sometimes in the garden. This is her mad half hour before sleep, because it's actually after 9 o'clock at night that I'm doing this. Now, do you see what I'm doing there? I'm putting the lentils on. I'm just putting them in one single layer, and actually I'd recommend, if you could, to just put them on one at a time. There's something really satisfying about placing the lentils on one at a time. But I just wanted to I was kind of impatient. I wanted to quickly see what it would look like on the black paper there. And the inner corner of the eye could have some of those little quinoa seeds. Right, no, so that's the way not to do it. I'm just going to put this to one side, and on the white piece of paper, let's put it over there. No, so here we go. I'm going to do the inside of the eye first. So I'm going to pick up some of these. When I say that was the wrong way to do it, it's not the wrong way, it's fine. But so what I recommend doing is putting a little bit of glue on the piece that you're going to do. I wouldn't put glue all over it because that can get really messy. So just put a bit of glue onto the piece that you're going to do. And then one at a time, I'm going to pick up these. And you know what? This feels really nice to do it this way, because it's just much more relaxing. And it might take a little while before you could fill it up. See, I picked up about 5 there in one go, which is kind of nice too. These are a bit small, you see, for this, but anyway, it's grand. They're a bit small for the short video, but if you can find small stuff like this to stick on, it really does feel like a nice relaxing thing to do. Unless you've got like really young children, like 2 and 3-year-old children maybe, who are nudging at your elbow and things like that. That might make it a bit tricky for you. So if you've got younger brothers and sisters, you might want to give them another little job to do. Although some people, even at the age of 2 or 3, might be able to do something like this, maybe. Right, I'm going to put some glue in for the coloured part of the eye next. Another thing you could do if you wanted to, and if you're working with flour and water glue, is you could just use pages from a magazine, tear up the colours. You could use a big sheet, do a big eye, and tear up whatever colours you want for each section and put them on, put the paper on. Now that's more manageable. If you've not got really sticky glue like I've got here. You see what I'm doing there now? It's really satisfying, just picking up the grain of rice. I've got a little bit of glue on the end of the stick, or you could use a pencil. And I'm putting all the rices, all the grains of rice, I'm putting them facing out the way, if you know what I mean. So they're going this way, which makes it read like the coloured part of your iris. You know, when they're shining out the way like the sun. All these little rays of rice. I suppose another thing you could do if you wanted it more colourful is you could paint the pieces of rice. Never tried that. Actually, it's probably easier to do afterwards. See how this looks tomorrow. But when we did it in school, we didn't paint it. We left the colours natural, and you know, they looked lovely. We had a whole class of eyes stuck up on the notice board outside the art room, and it was really nice. I think they might have been slightly bigger than this one. So what I could do now is maybe bring... no, I was gonna start changing the grains, but I think it's simpler if I keep the same grain to describe the iris. That's Lily checking on Maisie. So I'm using the shorter grains of rice for the top of the eyelid there.